Hi, I'm John. You know, flowers are like nature's confetti, bright, colorful, and absolutely beautiful. But have you ever noticed that when you cut a flower and leave it in a vase, sometimes its colors fade, dull, or even change after a while? And you're like, wait a second, did my pink rose just hit the grayscale filter button? Here's the fun science behind it. Flowers get their amazing colors from pigments, little natural paints. The main ones are anthocyanins, which give reds, purples, and blues, carotenoids, which give yellows and oranges, and chlorophyll, that fresh green. When the flower is still on the plant, it's connected to the stem, roots, and leaves, like being plugged into a life support system. The plant keeps pumping in water, minerals, and sugars, which keep the pigments fresh and vibrant. But once you cut a flower, snip, the supply chain is broken. The flower is on its own, and things start to change. Without a steady flow of nutrients, the pigments begin to break down. For example, anthocyanins are sensitive to pH levels, that means the acidity around them. As the flower cells weaken and the chemistry inside shifts, those pigments can actually change shades. Reds might fade, purples might turn bluish, and overall brightness dims. And there's oxygen, the sneaky troublemaker. Once the flower is cut, oxygen sneaks into the damaged cells and starts breaking down the pigments faster, kind of like how an apple turns brown after being cut. Add sunlight to the mix, and it speeds things up even more. UV light is like a pigment fading supervillain. But here's a fun twist, humans actually use this science for cool tricks. If you place cut flowers in water with food coloring, the petals can soak up the dye and change colors dramatically. That's why you sometimes see blue roses or rainbow carnations. They didn't grow that way, it's flower science magic. So, why do cut flowers change color? It's not because they're moody, it's because once they're separated from their life source, their pigments begin to fade and shift. In other words, flowers don't just wilt with time, they remix their own colors on the way out. Science is sneaky but beautiful, right?